الله الله لا إله إلا الله جود علينا الله لا إله إلا الله جود علينا جسد منور.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Dear brothers and sisters, now we are going to focus in a very important issue when you talk about adab, the adab of talking. Now we know that everybody loves to talk. I like to talk, you like to talk, children love to talk. But the important thing is that even Allah wants us to talk. He wants us to communicate with Him. He wants us to have a good communication with the people, because Allah did say, "Duribat alayhimul zillatu aynama thuqif illa bihabli min Allah wa habli min nas." Curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Well, before anybody, wherever you are, except a person who have a good relation with Allah and a person who have a good relation between mankind. Now, what we are going to discuss about is, when you want to talk, look at what the Prophet ﷺ has said. The Prophet said, "Man kana yu'minu billahi yawmal akhir, falyaqul khairan aw liyasmut." Whoever believe in Allah, we all said we believe in Allah, alhamdulillah, and al-akhirah, we believe that we are going to see Allah in akhirah. There is a life after death. Then he or she must be very careful in what he or she want to say. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to talk about, make sure it's only good. If not, silence is always better. We love to talk about people. That is not good. It's better to talk about ourselves so that we can improve ourselves better. Our children love to talk to their friends. We hope that now they learn how to love to talk to their parents so that they can share everything with their parents. Because when you as children have problems and you talk to your parents are not going to fail you. Your parents are not going to give you the wrong advice. Because parents are always there to protect you. They love you more than anyone else. So you must remember, if you want to talk, better learn how to talk to your parents. But in the meantime, of course, the most important communication is between we and Allah. Talk to Allah. How do we talk to Allah? Sometimes children also ask me. And the best way to talk to Allah is through your prayer. Allah said, "Remember me." How to remember Him? Allah said, "Aqimus salah li zikri." Establish your prayer, the salawat, to remember, because that is the best form to talk to Allah. You don't have to wait for Him to respond to you. You just do your job. You just carry on talking to Him, and He will respond to you. Sometimes you don't even realize it. But inshallah, after you have a good communication with Allah, now good communication between family. You want to talk? Let us sit down and talk. Talk in a family. Yeah, husband and wife talk with the nice word that you use, because it's very important when you talk to anybody, you must be careful with your word. You must think carefully before you want to say something. The word that we use is very, very important. Anybody can say anything, but you will regret later on. But it's not good to regret later. It's better to be more careful, because Islam always believes in prevention is better than cure. There are things that you are not supposed to talk, but there is the thing that we love most that do not benefit any one of us. What kind of talk is that? Gossiping, backbiting, slandering. What is the good for doing all these things? These are waste of time, and we are going to collect a lot of sins by doing that. Now, what we said earlier, if you know somebody is not right, Let us discuss how to help the person. You talk about it, but you talk about how to solve a problem, how to carry out amal ma'ruf nahi munkar, not just for fun. We know Allah have said, "Wailul likulli khumazatin lumazah." We know this. Allah have cursed those who like to gossip and backbite. Even our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "La taqul jannah namima." People who like to talk bad about people, gossip about people, they will not go to paradise. So it's nice to talk, but learn how to talk, what to talk, what kind of word that you have to use, what kind of topic that you like to talk about. If you are a politician, you can talk about politics, of course, but try to be more positive than negative. If you see some other politician is wrong, take that as an example, a lesson for you, so that you don't repeat the same mistake. But in the same time, they are human. See you. How can you help them? How can you advise them? Not how can you overcome them, or how can you humiliate them, overthrow them. This is not good. Because if once you do that, the same thing can happen to you. Just look at the adab of talking to the imam. The imam who lead us in our prayer, he may make mistake because being human, he may forget something. Now, how do you communicate with the imam? Do you curse him? Do you say to him, Imam, you are wrong? Behind the imam? No. You say, Subhanallah. Glory be to Allah. Subhanallah. Somebody is doing something wrong, but you must have good feeling that he or she do not do it purposely. So you must praise Allah, glorify Allah, so that he remember. And if he fail to change, he failed to understand your remind, what should you do in Islam? The adab in prayer, you should follow the imam through. Continue with the prayer. We hope that he remembers and he makes sujood sahwi. And we have to follow him together to rectify. We cannot just break away from them. There's no adab. And there's no adab for you to say, Imam, you are not a good imam. You make a lot of mistakes. You cannot say that. When you say that, one day the same thing can happen to you. And when people say the same thing to you, you understand. So that's why Islam reminds us to be positive. And when you talk about anybody, you must make sure that you talk in good faith, with the right intention, to help, but not to humiliate or not to downgrade a person. This adab of communication, talking skill is very, very important. And we have example from the Quran and from the Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The Quran always reminds us, وَقُولُوا قَوْلًا سَدِيدًا وَقُولُوا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا لَيِّنًا. Say all that is good. Say all that will benefit you. And the Prophet have reminded us, you want to say something, make sure it's good. If not, it is always better not to say anything. It's not easy to keep ourselves silent, brothers and sisters, but it's a great jihad. Control your tongue. You have to do that. Example that I can share with you, as friends, as scholars, people of knowledge. Sometimes your friend or other scholar may make a statement that is wrong. To your values, to your knowledge, what he say is wrong. What should we do? We call ourselves scholars. We call ourselves people of knowledge. You know another person who is also the student of knowledge had made a wrong statement. What should you do? Maybe he's not wrong at that point of time. He thought that it is right. Or he misunderstood the question that was raised to him, and he gave the wrong answer. What should you do? Should you take the opportunity to attack him, abuse him openly, send SMS, shoot an email to him, and talk about him in the YouTube? Ittaqillah, brothers and sisters. If you know that he make a mistake, you are sure, and it so happen you know that person, what should we do? Be humble and now just dial his number and call him directly. Assalamu alaikum, brothers. I heard that you come up with this statement. You did say something so and so. Do you know that there is some error? No, did you do it purposely, or did you, say it, maybe you do it wrongly? You have to ask him and try to have good thoughts in him. Inshallah, brother and sister, when you are very positive, you can see how you can help another brother. And you can see how positive you can become. So inshallah, we'll come back after the short break.
What is the real story of the four Imams, and how long did they live? What principles of fiqh did they apply? What challenges and opportunities did each one of them face in his lifetime? Is it acceptable to take from one Imam without the others? Join me, Ahmed ibn Saifuddin, to find answers for these questions and more in my series, The Biography of the Four Imams, here on Peace TV.
Know more about the great legacy and useful knowledge these great jurists left behind in the biographies of the four Imams. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. and repeat telecast at 11:30 a.m. India on Peace TV.
Although Christianity doesn't have a single credible source to justify her claims of the crucifixion, she yet continues to propagate her myth. They do this by hiding many of their deceptions behind cleverly designed doctrines. Did you know that Christianity stands or falls at the cross? So how did they do this? Join me for the series called The Cross Questions.
Probe the past that proves Christianity in practice is fictitious in The Cross Questioned. Tomorrow at 11:30 p.m. and repeat telecast at 12:30 p.m. India on Peace TV. Strategy for fitness, necessity for strength, approach for liveliness, concern for potency.
I'm your host, Ismail Chartier.
We live in a stressful society now. Therefore, we need to learn how to manage the stress in order for us to live a healthy life.
How diabetes develop? Stress and overeating.
Welcome to Health in Islam.
Examine the deep-rooted processes to ensure best physical condition in health. Every Sunday at 5 p.m. and repeat telecast at 3:30 a.m. India on Peace TV.
Alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters. We did have a short break earlier when we were discussing about how to remind each other when you refer to people of knowledge. Now, it's very common if you don't call them by phone, if you have the personal contact, it is always better to call them and check with them. Then inshallah you can help them better. And I believe people who are sincere, they will be very thankful to you when you remind them about their mistake. That's why I would like to remind all people of knowledge, even to myself. I always remind, if I know that one of my friends, who is also another scholar, may say something wrong, or people say to me that he have said something so and so, what is my opinion? The first thing I will do is I will call him and reconfirm with him, brother, I heard that you did say this and that. Is that true? If you say yes, then I know that it's wrong. I will have to remind him. I just have to remind you to be careful. Maybe you don't mean it. Maybe you are not aware. So I'm just here to remind, so that he can retract back and ask for forgiveness. And case closed. That's how you solve problem. But you don't highlight. You know you are wrong, or without talking to him, you make another statement. The saying of so and so is very wrong. He is so ignorant. Be careful of him. You should not trust him. You don't have to listen to him anymore. Brothers and sisters, just one or two mistakes you ignore and you disrespect him, dishonor him. Now this is what the Prophet said. If you like to expose the weakness of another Muslim, Allah is going to expose our weaknesses. Even the thing that we do in our private room. So be very careful, brother and sister. Please show mercy to each other. The adab of human to another human is that you must remember that we are human, we do mistake. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Please remind me. But use the right adab. But if I am right, please be humble enough to accept the truth for the sake of Allah, and both of us will win. It's a win-win case. No one lose. For the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the sake of haqq, no one lose. And no one will benefit if each Muslim is attacking each other, because this is not the way of a Muslim scholar. This is not the adab of people of knowledge. You know what can happen in YouTube. You know what can happen through email. People can exploit that environment and make us look more ugly. We would want to confuse the public. So brothers and sisters, please make sure that we have adab in communicating with each other. If you know the person by yourself, you have his phone number, and you know that somebody is talking about what he said, and you know it's wrong, please call him out. I believe by calling him out, you make him very happy, make him very proud of you, and he will love you more. And inshallah, by doing that, brother and sister, we can purify ourselves, and we can help to purify other people. By doing that, we set good example for the public, for the student. Because now they know how to respect each other. They know how to respect the other scholars, because they see that we respect each other. Like how the four Imam, Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi, Imam Ahmad al-Hanbali, they always respect each other and they praise each other. What is right, of course. What is wrong, they never say that, oh, he is wrong. He is ignorant. He knows nothing. They never use this term. They always give them excuses. Maybe there's a reason for him to say that. They always have husnizon, good thoughts, good feeling. Not like what we always have today. We are just waiting, for the weakness of somebody, and we are going to attack him. It is not good for any one of us. Don't let the Satan divide us, destroy us. And don't let all the IT that we are using to destroy each other. But use the IT guided with another IT. First IT is the technology that we have, but it must be guided with another IT. And the second IT is called Iman and Taqwa. So don't ignore any ITs, any technology, but it must be guided with the first IT, Iman and Taqwa. Without Iman and Taqwa, then whatever technology that we have is going to destroy ourselves. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the wisdom and the right feeling inside our heart, inside our mind, so that we become a very positive person to help each other, to remind each other, to compliment each other. Like what Allah said in the Quran, وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. Always prepare to help each other, compliment each other in anything that is good and anything that brings us closer to Allah Rabbul Alamin. And don't ever, Allah said, وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. Don't ever support each other or help each other in committing sins towards Allah. And the most important thing, the most dangerous sin wal udwan, is a discussion that can create enemy among Muslims. Discussing about how to fight against each other as Muslims, how to attack each other, how to humiliate each other. That is very, very, very bad, brothers and sisters. And this is what really happening today. We fight against each other, condemning each other, criticizing each other, hate each other to the extent we are prepared to kill each other just because of our nafs, just to prove that we are right. And that is what we are doing is so wrong today, because Islam do not allow us to do that. Islam has reminded us, kullu muslim ala muslim haramun damuhu wa maluhu wa irduh. In Sahih Muslim, the Prophet have reminded us, every Muslim to another Muslim, male or female, they are sacred to each other. Haram. Their blood, their life are sacred. Nobody has the right to injure, to hurt anybody. Number two, their property is sacred. Nobody has the right to take the money from another Muslim without their permission. And the last one, irdu, means their pride. Everybody have their own pride. Being human, even our children have their own pride. How about us? So nobody have the right, to criticize, condemn, to humiliate, another Muslim. This is the beauty of Islam. وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. Don't help each other, support each other in committing sins, that anything that's against Allah and the teaching of Prophet, and especially things that can cause enemy among Muslims, things that can cause a lot of hatred among us. We must always sit down, brother and sister, and look into the beauty of Islam and understand that our duty over here is to find peace, to promote peace, to reconcile, like what Allah said, innamal mu'minuna ikhwa. All Muslim believers are like a family, brothers and sisters. فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. And it's our duty to always think, how can we reconcile with each other? There is no issue that the Muslim ever face in this world that cannot be solved among them, if both of them are sincere and humble for the sake of Allah. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. We all must fear Allah in whatever we say, whatever we intend to do. And by doing that, inshallah, Allah promised us لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ, that all of us will benefit and receive the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and all of us will be blessed by Allah, and we hope that Allah unite all of us again, like how Allah unite the early ummah in the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They have some disagreement among them, but they are all united for the sake of Allah. They don't fight against each other, they don't abuse each other openly, and they do not condemn each other. So this is the brotherhood in Islam. So we call upon all the good brothers, good sisters, good scholars, good alim, good ulama, good shuyukh. Let us work together towards the unity of the ummah and calling people to ihdinas siratul mustaqim, to the path of Allah. Amin ya Rabbil Alameen. Wabillahi tawfiqi wa aqri da'wana walhamdulillah bil alamin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.